So yeah, today going to talk about having an overall plan and finding ways to execute that in a realistic way. Now, you don't want to have a plan out the gate because you're going to have to figure out a lot of the stuff as you go. But you want to have like a rough plan of what your end goal is. What's my goal in 5 years? Not where I am now, not 3 months, not 3 weeks. Where do I want to be in 5 years? And there's going to be stuff that comes along the way, and you got to factor for. But if you have that end goal and that end plan, a realistic end plan, you can execute that. Make realistic goals. Like right now, I got $1,000 a month. That's a fairly realistic goal. And I should be able to, on average, I should be able to exceed that. But that's a very realistic goal. Working 5 hours a day. Not even that, like 4 hours a day. And then, so that's a realistic goal. 12 grand for the year. Okay. But like, you need to factor where you want to be in that. So like, if just do the math on stuff like that. In storage, if you get, say I gotta have this to get this, I need equipment. I know I need equipment to get to like my 6th stage. I'm at stage 2, moving into 3 right now. But to get to like stage 6, I need a ton of equipment. I need room for that equipment. I need space for that equipment. Do I want to rent that equipment? Kind of deal. That's all stuff you got to figure out along the way. But I know I do need that equipment to do what I need to do to meet my end goals. So you need to like factor what your goals are. Like if you just want to do jewelry, or if you just want to do minifigs, there's a lot of money in that. A lot of specialties in that too. A lot of stuff you got to watch out for. But if you just want to do something small like jewelry and minifigs, Lego minifigures, or Hot Wheels, or something like that, where it's like a 2-inch item and you can throw it in a standard 4x4, 6x4x4 box and kick it out the door, and that's really all you need for boxes. You can do that out of an apartment, have your whole shipping thing out of an apartment. Whereas if you want to like tear apart cars, you're not doing that out of an apartment, not without headaches. Not without headaches. You're not doing that out of most HOAs. They're not gonna let you have that unless you do one at a time and do it out of your. It's possible, but like for the most part, you're gonna have headaches. You got to figure what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do this stuff, and what you want. So like, yeah, you got to factor all that out and have that end goal in mind. Because if you don't have the end goal in mind, you can find yourself buying something that you don't have the resources to play with. I could have bought a plane about 2 weeks ago, a fuselage for an aircraft, all the electronics, all the stuff. I'm not set up for it right now. I'm just not. I got to be realistic. Later on down the line, yes. But right now, I'd have to rent a trailer. I'd have to get it back to the house. I'd have to tear it apart real fast. And even then, the amount of research in the parts that I don't have the research knowledge right now. And can I learn? Yes. I'm someone who believes you can learn anything you want to. But out the gate, just looking at it and being like, do I want it? No, I'm not set up for it. Some things you got to be set up for to factor in. I'm just not there. So like, will I get there? Yeah, it's in my goals. But right now, not there. You got to respect that. Like I'm saying, if you're out at that apartment, you're not doing cars and such. You're doing jewelry, minifigures, ties, maybe t-shirts. You can fill up an apartment with t-shirts. That being said, if you got 2 or 3 roommates, I mean, you better cozy up to them, because you're going to probably take up a amount of that apartment with your inventory. But like, you can do it. I'm not saying you can't do it, but like, you got to factor that minifigs can take up a dresser, and you can have 600 minifigs, or VFriend cards, or Pokemon cards, or stuff like that. You can have that in a dresser and have 1,000 of them worth 10, 15, 20 grand in that dresser. And there you go. But like, you got to factor all this stuff and have that end goal in mind before you even start. Like, you're going to figure it out. You should start, but you should have an end goal in mind. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do this? What's my margins? What's my cost to do this? And if you can figure all that out, you're going to be tons ahead of the game, tons ahead of other people. But yeah, there you go. Nowadays, these days, you have so many resources. You have accounting programs. You have AI to help you write the listings. You have so much stuff to help you do all this stuff. You got live selling. You got all this stuff to help you that even 10 years ago was a dream. So like, take advantage of it and get it done. That's where I'm at with this. I use all those tools, and I have that plan. Thank you.